So, quite a while ago, I put together a list of PC parts that were meant to replicate a console in terms of its specifications. Now, this came at a cost to performance, which would not have competed with consoles had it been actually built. All we had to go off of was an APU, just like the PlayStation 4. However, consoles have their games specifically designed around their platform, so optimization is key for console games, and that's how you can get just a single APU with some Jaguar cores and a PlayStation 4 running a game at 1080p at 60 FPS, whereas for a PC, having similar CPU performance, you wouldn't get those kinds of results because those games aren't optimized specifically for the APUs that we chose. In this video, I'm not going to run through each individual part and tell you why I chose it, but I am going to direct you to the description of this video, so check out the link below in that description. It's a PC part picker list that I put together. It's all based on US prices, things you can purchase specifically in the US, and it came out to about $520. So I included all the parts that I chose for the hardware side of things, and I've also included a set of peripherals. So I found a $15 Logitech keyboard and mouse combo on Newegg, and then also an operating system. Now let me be a little more specific about why I did the operating system the way that I did it in the parts list. So instead of paying $89 or $99 for a Windows 10 home operating system key, which I think is just outrageous, I would never pay that much for an operating system. What I did was hop onto eBay and searched for Windows 7 keys that I could purchase from people who haven't used them. And I found quite a few results that were very promising. You can see some of them had already sold 200 or 300 units already, so these are basically the CDs and the keys that go along with them. And I think that these should be considered over just the regular Windows 10 operating system. That's so much money for an operating system when you consider the fact that you could put Linux on your computer for free, or when you could purchase one of these keys from Windows 7, which is upgradable for free to Windows 10 for about half the price. So what I did was I just included Windows 7 in the operating system description of the PC part picker list, but then I just tacked on a manual $50 price tag. You might be able to find operating systems for cheaper than that, maybe even a bit more expensive, but I think that $50 is a fair middle of the road estimate for how much you should expect to pay for an operating system on a console killer of this caliber. Apart from that, be sure to let me know if you personally feel like my PC part picker list for this console killer PC is adequate, but I appreciate all constructive criticism. Let me know what you would like to replace, things you think that you could find better deals for, or appropriate substitutes for maybe CPU coolers, things like that you could point out that you could change. Maybe suggest an Intel-based rig instead of the AMD Athlon-based rig that I chose for this particular video and this particular build. I do expect to be building an HDPC/console killer very similar to this PC parts picker list in the coming days, so I'm expecting maybe a week or two from now I'll be putting these things together. I also have an i7 rig coming very soon that I hinted at in the last video. Stay tuned for both of those things, but be sure to check out the PC parts picker list in the video description down below. I think it's a great little budget build. It's not too expensive, but it's not too bare bones either, so you're not making too many compromises, although there certainly are things that you could choose just to opt out of, including the custom CPU cooler if you're into hearing a louder fan, or just want to save that money and invest it somewhere else, maybe in a nicer case or something of that sort. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, like or dislike the video, leave comments, let's talk about whatever you'd like to talk about. This is Science Studio. Thanks for learning with us.